Well, greetings and salutations, everyone, and welcome back to a bonus upload. Before we get into this upload, though, a couple links. As you know, I rely on Patreon, PayPal, and my merch to help the channel to continue to grow and go. The links to Patreon and PayPal are in the description below. My merch is displayed directly under this video. Also, Dogman Frightening Encounters Volume 1, 2, and 3, the audiobook versions. They were written and researched by Tom Lyons, narrated and produced by me, Jeffrey Nadolny. Those audiobooks are available on Audible, Amazon, and iTunes, the links to which are also in the description below. And finally, last but definitely not least, if you'd really like to help support this channel to continue to grow and go, simply subscribe, click the like button, and please leave a comment. It really does help, and it does matter. And now, everyone, I have taken far too much of your time. Let's get into today's bonus, shall we? Yesterday, I shared a very interesting and compelling video with everyone. I'm still on the fence about the creature, and I left it up to all of you to, in the comment section, leave what you guys believed. And in the comments, there was a lot of people who outright said it's real. A lot of other people said I'm on the fence. And then there were the people who immediately said that's fake, which is all acceptable. It's all acceptable because this is a field of theory. We unfortunately cannot bring science into this because we have no physical proof. We have video which people want to debunk and people want to examine. We have photos, same. We have first-hand accounts and accounts that have been passed down through history. So we don't have we as a community, meaning the ones that are not in our government or in the know, let's just say, because, are they really in our government? They have the proof. They ultimately have the proof that we so desire. I would love just to have the truth in front of me, just so we all at least had an answer. The creature that I saw in 1994, I saw it briefly, but resembled nothing that anyone, a couple of people have come close to sharing. It wasn't a gigantic bodybuilder, underworld, werewolf, dogman looking thing. It was the strangest creature I had ever seen. I don't know how it could move the way it did. It physically made no sense. And with that, I have no idea what it was. The only reason why I say, hey, it was a dogman was because it had somewhat of a protruding snout. But as we know, there are other creatures that have large snouts. Rodents, rats, mice. This is going to sound stupid, but Splinter from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. If you didn't know that was a rat, you'd almost think it was some sort of dog or canine looking creature. This thing that I saw was baffling. And I think that no matter what, there will always be an argument when someone produces a picture or someone produces a video. And I don't know why, maybe it's human nature. But I got to thinking about it, and I think a lot of people that are in the community that consider themselves researchers want to debunk every single photo and video that they have not gotten, because I think maybe they want to be the ones that get the pat on the back. But is that really why we're here? Do we want a pat on the back? I don't. I really don't. I want to know what the hell I saw that summer's night in 1994. To be honest with you, it has haunted me since that night. I've never forgotten it, and I never will. Now, these pictures and videos and audio tracks that we get, a lot of them are so compelling that you're just like, wow, what the heck? I actually saw a video from Kirk Stokes that I had my mouth agape when I watched it. I was like, this is intense. This is insane. And yet, the people in the air quotes research community, because they wrote a couple of books or they have a web page or they have a gang of guys that follow them around, and that's our group, look at us, they pretty much said that's not anything, this and that, because they didn't take that photo or that video. Kirk Stokes' video is probably the greatest video I've ever seen. And I had Paul Chafin on, and he and I were talking about Kirk. And he doesn't want to be in the public eye, because it's not even the public eye. He doesn't even want to participate in sharing research because of the humiliation he received years ago by someone that people in this community look up to. I don't really care about that. I don't look up to anybody in this community because we're all equal. I don't give a crap who you are. I have one person actually that I do kind of look up to, and that's Tim Baker, just because I've spent hours on the phone with the guy, and he has the same viewpoints that I do about this. Like, nobody's really an expert, and we just want the truth. And this guy grew up in Booger Bottom. So Kirk has this beautiful video that he has shared. I don't think anyone except a couple of people have seen the whole video. But that's proof of what I'm talking about right here. I could have a Dogman. I could shoot and tranquilize one, let's just say. Put it in a cage in my backyard and take a video of it. And put 1,000 people from the community, not from my channel, just from random 1,000 people from different different communities. My channel, this group, that group, whatever. And it'd probably be 33.3% each way. I don't know. Yes and no. That's just how it's going to be until there is an official dissection, government discussion and disclosure of it. So until then, that's what we're going to have to deal with. Now, I have a couple of interesting videos that I want to share with you. One is a set of bow hunters, and it's an audio. To me, it sounds like some sort of large feline, wild feline. But the hunters are not acting like it. I mean, you can see in the way they move and whatnot. And the video that I want to share it looks like pretty clear evidence of a Dogman. But I'm not even on the fence with it. I'll share the two, and then I'll give you my view on both. The first clip that we're going to see is what appears to be two bow hunters in a tree stand. And there is a horrific screeching noise. Now, when I say horrific, if you were in the woods and you just heard this, you'd probably freak out a little bit. I don't care who you are, because my uncle had hunted for 50 years at least. He's blind now, cannot hunt anymore because of an illness, which that was his one passion, hunting. And we went out into the woods one day. It was myself, my two cousins, and I remember we were up north and we saw a bobcat. I don't know if it was because he had 3 12-year-old kids with him, or the surprise of seeing it, because we were just going fishing, and of course he always had a pistol on him for protection. But when we all saw it, I looked up at him to see what his facial expression was, and it was one of shock, little fear for a split second. So, and then the instincts of hunting and protecting kicked in, and that was gone. But what I'm saying is, regardless of who you are, when you hear a sound or you see something that's unexpected, it's going to be shocking and horrific for a split second until you get your wits to you. And I think this is what was going on. Check the clip out. What I get from that quick video audio is either, because to me it sounds feline, and it doesn't sound like what I heard that night, but I don't know what I saw. So, I mean, who knows if any of these creatures make the same exact sound. We don't. Humans sound different. So, and people look different. So one Dogman could look different from another. But what I'm getting from this clip is they had either shot some sort of large feline and it was dying, or one was in the vicinity and it was screaming, maybe looking for its mate or whatever. Or it could have been something completely different. It could have been something cryptid related. I don't know. But it's still an interesting video clip. And this next video clip, well, here it is. I'll talk to you after about what I think. So watching the video clip, it looks to me like it's a jungle or a forest. To me, it almost looks jungle-like. Not a forest that we have stateside. So I'm kind of wondering if it is a gorilla with a CGI'd head of a Dogman placed on it, or I may be wrong completely about the setting, and it is a Dogman. You notice on the body, it has what appears to be like the Predator, the movie Predator look to it, like the sheen and the kind of CGI look, I guess. Maybe. I mean, I have heard of accounts of predator-like creatures existing. So maybe it is. I don't know. To me, it's very strange. And if it was a Dogman and it turned to look at the person with the camera, wouldn't it charge? That's just kind of like my view, unless it's a trail cam. But I'm not sure. I know that I'm leaning more towards a hoax than real. But like I said, what I saw in 1994 was it almost looked pretend. It almost looked like it was, and I've said it didn't look like it was from this world. It was the strangest looking creature I'd ever seen. And there was more of them in the woods. That's the craziest part. This one was the one that came out. So maybe they all looked different. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about this. I've said it 3 different times. I just don't know, because who am I? Who am I to discredit, debunk anything? You know, I'm just a guy. But I want to know the truth. So to me, I'm 70-30 on this. 70 fake, 30 real. Who knows? And with that, I guess we'll kind of wrap this bonus up, I know in the summer of 94 when I was with my friends in a cul-de-sac with houses being built at night, non-finished houses, like 6 of them, and we saw these eyes and these noises coming through the woods. I never honestly expected that night to change my life the way it did. And it has. It put me on a quest that I just cannot stop. I have become completely obsessed with finding out what is real. And it's been an amazing journey. I've met great people. I've heard terrifying accounts. I've seen videos and photos and sounds that I cannot explain. And the more that I have put in front of me, it seems like it's almost like you'd think you'd be closer to the answer the more you have. But it seems like I'm further away because everything is just so different. And yet, how can you discredit centuries of accounts of these things existing? They were talked about for thousands of years. And still to this day. It's kind of hard to discredit something like that. So that's the end of this bonus. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And with that, may the Great Spirit watch over us all. May He guide us down that path that we call life.